It's time now for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Friday night, September 16th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins now. Late night, 11 o'clock news and odds. Top story 11th hour on this late Friday night is Washington, where Donald Trump says that he's elected president, he will serve President Barack Obama's deficit on normalized relations with Cuba unless the country abides by it. Edward Albee, played by the Desperate Generation, dies at the age of 88. As it does every year, the device repair site iFixit is putting off Apple's new device about to tear down process this year. The site turned on the iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, and Apple Watch 2. As usual, Apple leaves some details regarding it as I was at Providence today at Providence Place Mall, and there was lines of people waiting to get their new iPhone 7 at the Apple store in Providence Place Mall. There was some security there, so Apple store was busy in Providence and all around the country. Donald Trump once called President Barack Obama's reapportionment in Cuba fine and said that the party would have got a better deal. 50 years enough for the U.S. Denver police and fire responded to after the shooter at the Rose Medical Center on Denver on Friday. The nominee of the Libertarian Green Party will not appear in the first presidential or vice presidential debates after successfully missing the 15% polling threshold established by the Commission on Presidential Debates. Washington up to 40 U.S. Special Operation Forces are coming to Turkey troops that they clear assets from Northern Syria, two officials told CNN on Friday. Washington and the United States warned Russia on Friday that the potential military cooperation envisioned by a ceasefire deal in Syria that will not happen unless military aid begins to flow in Aleppo and other besieged communities. Washington just weeks after ISIS suffered a major loss when the chief spokesman was taken out in an air attack. The U.S. announced that he killed his close associate in a strike. Peshawar, Pakistan, a suicide attack in Pakistan mosque in the country's travelers killed at least 25 people on Friday, an official told CNN. A Florida man was found guilty Friday of attempted second-degree murder stemming from a 2015 road rage incident involving George Zimmerman, a court spokesman said. Durant, Mississippi, a man charged with killing two nuns confessed in an investigator. They went into a home, struggled with them, and stabbed them to death and stole their car. State law enforcement agents testified Friday. The state concluded a drawn-out legal battle with arrest scripts this week after years of debate about the requirements that law enforcement officials check the immigration status of individuals suspected to be an illegal immigrants. Like Oswego, Oregon, a suburban Portland pastor won an AR-15 rifle and then said he had given it to a gun-owning friend for safekeeping would not be prosecuted for transfer of a weapon without conducting a background check on 40 days said. Exxon Mobil Corporation is under scrutiny for the question that sparked any business. When should a company decide its assets literally worth it? At a sales meeting in Florida in 2014, Wells Fargo WC regional executive scolded lower-level managers about an obvious problem that kept covered up with the bank. A legal settlement of the size of U.S. Justice Department's $14 billion open bid in the mortgage securities case was exceeded the Deutsche Bank AG litigation provision is its already thin capital cushion. The hits keep coming on LA's upper crust. Playboy mentioned the Beverly House and now destroyed Alwood then West State once home the actor Tony Curtis later singing to a Southern born show among other sold for lofty sum of $90 million. Look at the stocks now. Closed the week down 88.63 points at 18,122.80. SP 5 at 8.10 at 2139.16. And Nasdaq 5,244.57 down 5.12 points. After facing a major setback on September 1st, Elon Musk led SpaceX to plan to recover and return to flight immediately in November. Diagram of photo of 6,000-year-old fabric from Huaca Piedra, Peru, as a integrated for Kona is a lot older than invented of blue jeans almost 6,000 years older to be exact. Ice levels at the North Pole have shrunk to the second lowest level ever. Scientists say that there could be worse to come. Washington scientists got by small structures preserved in the fossilized skin of the Sepulchre collar and camouflaged behind it a little dinosaur with a parrot-like beak and bristles on its tail that run thickly enforced in China. Brain cancer leading childhood cancer deaths overall rates decline. Washington researchers have publicly report the result of the many more clinical trials, including some for drugs and devices that never reach the market under new government rules announced. You'll likely live just along and will avoid some gnarly side effects. As treating prostate cancer often know better than doing nothing. Nobody knows this newest but the GLP-1 diabetes drug Victoria would lose market shares to no rival. True facility in its convenient weekly dosing. Washington First Lady Michelle Obama announced the classic campaign style of Donald Trump on Friday demonstrated a new willingness awaited in the year's messy political battle when arguing for Hillary Clinton's presidency. New York, and when driving in the Bernie Sanders mile here, and then when the radio turned to ABC News could hear the low-key voice of the Libertarian presidential nominee, Kerry Johnson. Rose Frank's candidate for the Missouri 78th House District talked with campaign volunteer Matt Kirschman in front of him at 78th District Frank's election court in St. Louis on the real vote election day on Friday. While Matt Glatter, interview with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, were blessed by critics and screwed in South Park, said that Lara's been hunted out of triumph by NBC top press by for the feeble effort. Okay, take a look at some local news. Norton. Presidential candidate Jill Sanders, Green Party, will speak at the Wheaton College Sunday afternoon. Sanders scheduled to appear at the Hill Auditorium in the Science Center by 2 p.m. The event is open to public guests. She is expected to speak about reliving student debt, creating more jobs, and converting from fossil fuels to green energy. Mansfield won the NFL Network Series of Football Life, focused on the Hall of Fame running back Curtis Martin this week. Jeff and Sunday past had more than a winner in their success. Mansfield family close with ex-running back Curtis Martin. Taunton, the North Edinburgh man, with prompted a 5-hour standoff with police outside a real convenience store Thursday will be examined by a court psychologist. Firefighters dealing with the smoky Norton Plaza fire as firefighters tackled a smoky fire at a small retail complex on Route 123. As the Norton fire caused estimated $500,000 in damage, according to Fire Captain Ben King III said Friday. Boston. Archaeologists have uncovered a historical item as iconic in the Boston's oldest survivor church building. Albany, New York. New York regulators will require an extensive new environmental review out of the permits originally issued to that fuel transporters return on Albany managed hub for crude oil rail shipments from North Dakota East Coast refineries. Department of Environmental Conservation Commissioner Billy Sego said Friday that the agency will require Wolf and Massachusetts-based global partners to start its environmental review process and given significant new information about benzene air emissions about the neighborhood near the Port of Albany as well as hazards of crude oil transport. DC will ensure that the process meaningful and thoroughly operative for public game to include Segos. Peter Chell News Time is now 11:06 p.m. on this late Friday night, and it's home now. Except for even New England Incident Alert or a travel report. Oh, in Revere, Massachusetts, at 5 hours ago, this evening at Bell Circle, an 18-wheeler alleged hit an MBTA bus as traffic was impacted and drivers seek alternate routes. And now look at traffic return to the port at 11:07 p.m. on this late Friday night. Take a look at MBTA. Beep beep. Red line experienced residual delays in the early disabled train. Commuter rail. Western train 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. inbound operated between Wellesley Hills and South Station. Expect delays en route to the South Station. Correction. Worcester train 5:30 and operate between York and Worcester Union Station. Expect delays en route to Worcester and correction. Worcester train 5:30, 8 p.m. inbound to operate between West Newton and South Station. Expect delays en route to South Station and Worcester train 5:34, 9:35 p.m. inbound. Stopped at Wellesley Square in this train 5:35 mile and it's late en route to South Station to police activity at West Newton. And Worcester's significant delays are expected at Freeman Worcester trains to the police activity. Alternate modes of transportation suggested. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright. Highways and byways of New England on this late Friday night. But let's stay off in New York with 95 southbound side, sold to the Bronx, Long Expressway, westbound side, back to Brand, 678, 68 on the northbound side, back from the Belt Parkway, Brooklyn, Queens Express, back from the Bushwick Switch, 278 to the westbound side, back to Brooklyn all the way at the 478. FDR Drive, southbound side, it is back to Brand, southeast of Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, FDR Drive, northbound side, back from the Long Expressway, westbound side, back to the Brooklyn and Midtown Tunnel, George Washington, Lincoln, and Holland tunnels are looking good. Out in Connecticut. We're 84 eastbound side is back to New Britain stretch. 95 in the northbound side is back to Route 9 and Old Saybrook all the way headed towards New London, Connecticut. But highways and byways of Connecticut are looking good. Highways and byways of Western Massachusetts are looking good. Best back on the west bound side a little slower. New York State 9 when it Chickpea. New York State 3 westbound side is back to Colony and Amsterdam searching on the westbound sides. 190 on the northbound side is back to 290 in Worcester to New Boston. But eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island highways are looking good, and highways and byways of Vermont, New Hampshire are looking good. But on the main trip, on the southbound side, back to around 202 in Gray, Maine. Peter Chell News Time, 11:09 p.m. on this late Friday night. It's home now for a weather report and looking at the latest on the tropics in the Atlantic. Latest on tropical depression Julia. It's now a category. It's a tropical depression with 30.2, north 76.3 to the west. Master same winds 35 miles an hour movement, west at 2 miles an hour, and Part of the advisory. Julius is going nowhere for now and will probably be weakened in situations as there are no coastal waters warning effect at 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The center of tropical depression. Julia was located in latitude 30.2 to the north, longitude 36.3 to the west, and depression moving toward the west near 2 miles out, and low motion expected during the next 2 days. Max staying with an increase near 35 miles on higher gust and gradual decay of cyclone is forecast. Estimated million central pressure 1,008 millibars or 29.77 inches. And call. Sail location 18.5 north, 37.0 to the west. Master staying with at 45 miles on movement west at 15 miles an hour. And on the public advisory, call considers that a tropical storm over open Atlantic. And there are no coastal waters warnings affected at 11 p.m. LS during time that center tropical storm car was located near latitude 18.5 to the north, longitude 37.0 to the west. And call is moving toward the west near 15 miles an hour. And this motion is expected to continue during the next 2 days. And Max is saying winds are near 45 miles an hour. Higher gust. Little changes strengthened in forecast during the next 4 hours. Charles to the center hours for 205 miles to the north of the center. That's been in central pressure 1,005 millibars, 20.68 inches. And 2 more troubles with predators. To service number 1, a 12 low pressure is moving inland with southeast Texas and extreme southwest Louisiana, but some activity is still lingering on the northern portion of the Gulf of Mexico. Development of this system is not anticipated. Formation checks for 4 hours. Low near 0% and formation checks for 5 days. Low near 0% and to service number 2, 30% checks for cyclone formation for 4 hours. A tropical wave is about to move off the west coast of Africa, coming by. This sort of shower activity and some development of this system is possible before conditions become less favorable for tropical cyclone formation in the middle of the next week while the system moves west northwest over the eastern tropical Atlantic. Formation chance for 4 hours, low 30% formation chance for 5 days. Medium about 50%. Alright, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, we're going to set Petrobras up to 5 a.m. watts. Most clouds cover about 43 degrees calm wind. For Saturday, most clouds cover 75 degrees calm wind, becoming 5 to 7 miles in the afternoon. Saturday night, says showers up to 3 a.m. Patchy fog up to 2 a.m. watts. Most clouds cover about 600 degrees and stuff for about 6 miles at just reach 20%. Sunday, showers, thunderstorms, patchy fog before 11 a.m. watts. Clouds cover 67 degrees, stuff for about 8 miles at just reach 50%. New rainfall amounts between a ordinary time amounts possible thunderstorms. Sunday night, showers likely but possibly a thunderstorm. Patchy fog otherwise. Clouds cover about 66 degrees and sun for about 6 miles at just reaching 6%. Monday, showers likely possibly a thunderstorm before 3 p.m. and a chance of showers thunderstorms up to 3 p.m. Patchy fog before 1 p.m. was clouds cover about 66 degrees and just reaching 7%. Monday night, chance of showers before 7 p.m. Patchy fog before 8 p.m. was most clouds cover about 600 degrees and just reaching 30%. For Tuesday, Sunday, most clouds cover about 81 about 60 degrees. Wednesday, Sunday, most clouds cover about 70 about 56 degrees. Thursday, Sunday, clouds about 79 about 600 degrees. And for Friday, most clouds cover about 79 degrees. Currently, and not near it's overcast skies, and it's 53 degrees with a humidity of 99%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel. 11 o'clock news, and it's late Friday night, September 16th, 2016. I'm Peter. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with more. Good night with a good 5 day. Good night.